In a word like northern, the spelling here you can see is actually no different than the real spelling of the word. But what I've done is broken it for you into syllables. And I use uppercase letters for the stressed syllable. So nor is going to be longer, thern is going to be shorter. Part of why this word is so difficult is that we have to do the TH and R close together, and this one is quick and unstressed. First, I would just work on the nor part, work on the sound of or. If or is difficult for you, then work on the word or, for, store, nor. Lots of practice with that or sound. After you have or, put your n back on, nor. And then turn here to the thern part. Again, I would build from the When there's th and r, if I start with th and just do th, it's going to be difficult to get my position quickly enough. I'm going to end up with I'll end up with something too soft there. If I start with my and then I add my th back, I'm going to have more success. There. And then even more difficult, thern, You may have to break it again and do the plus the n. Earn. So the back of my tongue is in that tight position, front of the tongue lifts. Finally, put it all together. You might want to start here, thern, northern. Take it slow, build up a little bit at a time. Be aware that even though we have north, this th is voiceless. No vibration here. In northern, it changes to the voiced ther sound. Once you can say northern, you've broken it down, you've put it back together, it's coming out more smoothly. Don't forget to practice it in some short phrases, because you might find you've mastered it, but then you go to say the northern states or the northern part of the country, the northern hemisphere, and it still gives you trouble. In this word, choir, the difficulty is less about the sounds and more about the letters or the spelling. So for a word where the difficulty comes from the spelling, it's really about knowing what are the sounds in this word. And this is where rewriting the word, following spelling conventions or rules can be very helpful. You can listen to what sounds you hear and you can try to match it. Choir. So listening, first we have the k sound, then the w glide, ire. So it's really a triphthong. So what I've done is I've rewritten that ire with ire. That's how we spell it in words like wire, fire, tire. And I've rewritten the qu with a k and a w. So we don't actually write words with k and w. We also use that qu sound as a qu. So another way you can think of this, if you're familiar with the word require, that choir spelled that way is the same pronunciation as this one. So you can see why these letters, in both cases, they don't really tell you choir. But if you're used to the spelling of ire with these letters and wire this way, then that might be a great way to train your brain and picture the kwire, choir, for this word choir. You may have some difficulty pronouncing the sounds in this as well. It does have the ire gliding diphthong. It does have the w sound together with qu, which might not be easy for everyone. So if sounds give you difficulty here, I would build again from the r, doing ire, wire, choir. Or using words like require. We require the choir to have practice outside of rehearsal. Let's break down how to pronounce squirrel. First of all, we have first syllable stress, and the letters QU say the qu sound. So then my IR says in this word. I've rewritten that for you with letters ER, squirrel, and that's where I would start with this word. I would start with the sound, then add your W back. So just like the word were, were. Then add your k sound, quir. Finally add your s back, squir. And then we have to go from the to the ul, which is again a very difficult combination. We do this in words like girl, world. Many people find that difficult to go from the R to the L. And I think often what's happening there is that it's the dark L that's giving people trouble. So I always recommend using that ul sound and mastering that L by itself. thinking of it as having a vowel before the L. So even though we spell that vowel with letter E in this word, it's really more of an sound, squirrel, or even an sound, like in pull or wool. So you can use those words if they're easier for you, pull, wool, and then just pull the part, squirrel, and then just practicing building it bit by bit, finding where you find that difficulty and challenge and doing a lot of practice on that. So you can start with squirrel, and just be patient with yourself if you find a word like this difficult. Of course it's hard. It's because of the sounds and the spelling. That combination makes it extra difficult to pronounce.